He is a $1 million man. 21 million, in fact. The Calgary Flames have signed Matthew Tkachuk to a 3-year deal worth $7 million a year, making him the highest paid player on the Flames roster. Our Cami Kepke was down at the Dome for the big announcement, and Cami, this was much anticipated.
It's funny, you just mentioned $21 million man. That's $1 million for every year that Matthew Tkachuk has been alive, but it has been a very long summer for Flames fans. This deal will see Tkachuk become the highest paid Flame down the line, but it also keeps that core group of Tkachuk, Giordano, Gaudreau, and Monahan together for the next several seasons with a real shot at the Stanley Cup.
The best case scenario happened where there isn't one guy that had to be moved in this process. That was a fear of, you never want to see that happen. And we had such a great team last year, and we brought in some pieces that I think made us, that much better and can be more successful in the postseason.
Everybody thinks you just go in and start arm wrestling over numbers. You talk about what's important. And the first thing on both sides was Matthew wants to be here. He wants to play his career here. He wants to sign here as long as he can sign here. And that was our goal and mission at the beginning.
Cami Tkachuk is a really exciting, dynamic player, but this is quite a high price tag. Is he worth it?
That's what the Flames brass certainly seemed to think so. It wasn't so much price that was the issue in these negotiations, it was the term. Tkachuk wanted longer. They did end up settling on 3, but you have to keep in mind he is 21 years old and coming off his best season ever. He put up 34 goals and 43 assists for 77 points in 80 games last season. That aside, he's the youngest Flame to ever reach 100 points, or reach it the fastest, I should say, out of any player in Flames history. And aside from that, the other players say he's becoming a leader in the dressing room.
He's a young guy who shows a lot of maturity off the ice, and he's really taken on that role. Last year especially, I felt like he took a big step in being more vocal, but also doing the right things and showing it by example.
Now it's going to be all about getting Tkachuk back up to speed. He has been practicing with his junior team, the London Knights, over the past several weeks, but the Flames want to see him get 4 or 5 really solid practices in before the regular season starts next week. Now, we spoke to head coach Bill Peters earlier today. He says that Tkachuk will not be skating tomorrow against San Jose, but you can expect him to make his debut at the Saddle Dome against the Oilers on Saturday. Linda?
All right, thanks, Cami.